Greetings, guys, gals, non-binary.
I forgot about the armpit thing.
Pals, and welcome back to another video. I am going to be speaking to you today from leaning all the way back here because I am in a severe amount of pain because I did something to my neck and it hurts really bad to look up. So this is the only way I can sit comfortably. And before you all comment saying, no, please take a break, don't worry, we'll wait for you, I would love to do that. However, my daily view count is not high enough for the YouTube algorithm to allow me to do that. So here we are. Hopefully you can hear me even though I'm far away from my microphone. Recently, as well as being in a fair amount of pain, I've also been super busy going back and forth between London and Liverpool to make music, and that is very exciting, and I'm incredibly excited to share it all with you when it gets done. Because of all of these things, I have asked Kat once again to find me things to talk about today, and today she has decided to bless us all by sending through a bunch of stone toss comments for me to react to, and I am dreading it.
Why?
I am dreading it.
Stone Toss is the guy where people are like, he's the worst Nazi of all time, but this one's good.
Stone toss. I haven't looked at a stone toss comic for a while. I think it's been
For a while. But you have to keep coming back.
at least a year, if not two, since we talked about stone toss comics here. So
Probably about as long since I've seen a Stone Toss comic, to be honest. Can't remember the last one I've seen.
I'm sure we're in for an absolute treat. If you are unaware, Stone Toss is a right-wing comic artist who draws little comics and posts them on Twitter, and they're all absolutely horrible, and they make me want to slam my head into the wall. So yeah,
Okay.
If you enjoy this, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I'm sure there is
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like it.
more where this comes from, as much as we wish that there was not. And if you are interested in the music that I mentioned just a moment ago, then please don't forget that you can go to patreon.com/savvycat, and for a little bit every month you can get access to some behind the scenes stuff, including snippets and things of songs before they are released to everyone. I actually have a little bit of a couple of the songs that I finished up there already, so if you want a sneak peek, you can go do that there, as well as a whole bunch of other stuff such as my videos early, and ad-free, as well as I've been doing like live reactions to some stuff that I'll be putting in videos. I've got my scripts up there. I've got a whole bunch of stuff available for you, and it starts at only £1 a month, so I really do appreciate it. And if you can't join, I really do just appreciate if you subscribe if you aren't already. It really does help me out, and it would be nice to be able to actually take breaks when I need to take breaks. So if you are able to subscribe and...
Hold up. This is the worst ad of all time. Give me money so I can do less. Don't say that. That's like the last fucking thing you should be saying. You're out of your mind.
to join my Patreon, please do one or both of those things. I really do appreciate it.
God, I wish I could do less. Give me money. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Let's get into some fun comics. Starting off really strong. Actually, gay relationships are just as normal as straight ones. And then pouring a pill from a bottle that says PrEP into his hand. What's that? Meds to prevent gay relationships from killing me? You cannot be that fucking stupid.
We've got spoilers.
What PrEP is. Like, yes, but no.
Oh no. She's gonna dodge the comic. We already know from the subtitles she's gonna dodge the comic and just say anyone can get HIV. Taking PrEP as standard practice, though. Who does that?
Anyone can get HIV.
Who does that and why?
It is not...
This is true. But...
like, just gay people.
True. But...
who can get HIV and AIDS. That is anyone. Anyone.
True. But...
one can get HIV and AIDS. It is more prevalent in gay people.
Hey! That's the comic.
Because there has been a lack of, like, sex education for gay people. There has...
Kiwi. How does this counter the comic? How does this counter the comic? You have not countered the comic whatsoever.
Has been such a lack of safe sex, like...
You have just given an explanation for why the comic makes sense. You have not countered it.
Knowledge and access for, like, queer people for forever, right? So it's...
Also, I'm pretty sure the gays get taught about condoms. Right?
Largely been gay men who have been affected because there was a lack of access to education and, like, safe sex. That is why it is so predominant amongst gay men. It's not as though straight people are immune to getting HIV and AIDS. It's just, that's not true. Straight people are immune to predominant amongst education and, like, safe sex. That is why it is so predominant amongst gay men. It's not as though straight people are immune to getting HIV and AIDS. It's just, that's not true.
Not implied whatsoever by the comic. Nothing to do with the comic.
You can still get HIV and AIDS as a straight person. And women can also get HIV and AIDS.
The comic suggests that there are differences between these populations. You have just similarly asserted that the comic is correct. There is a difference. E.g., or in this case, i.e., in fact, prevalence of AIDS and HIV.
It's like, it is not exclusively for gay men.
What are you doing?
At higher risk, so they take PrEP.
That's the comic. Yes, you haven't counted the comic. You have literally just restated the comic.
Because
this is the comic. This is what the comic is.
Because of the higher risk that exists. It's not that gay relationships kill you. Be so fucking for real. Also, like, so many things kill you in general. Like,
what?
There's so...
I mean, yeah, but what are you doing?
Many things that you can, like, develop and get that get you sick that come from things that are normal. That's like saying that, like, eating specific foods isn't normal because you could get food poisoning.
What if we're talking about, like, eating shit, though?
And it's like, sometimes you just get sick.
What if he did that comic with food, and his example was someone saying eating raw chicken is just as safe as eating cooked chicken? And I was like, what are you doing over there? Oh, I have diarrhea.
It just happens, right? It's like, there are so many things that you can do that will get you sick or injured that are still, like, normal things to do. Life just happens, and sometimes you get sick and injured, and it's better to be safe than sorry. But, like, let's not act like PrEP isn't a fantastic thing, and let's not act like HIV and AIDS doesn't affect people.
Comic doesn't.
Regardless of sexuality. Okay? So this is the little stone toss guy wearing his, like, American flag hat and his, like, blue and red and white stars and whatnot on 4th of July, saying, "Happy 250th birthday, my fellow Americ." And the group he approaches is a group of very overly stereotypical people of a bunch of different cultures.
I'm really interested what her interpretation of this is going to be.
Like a Mexican man, an Asian man of some sort, someone with a turban. You've got, like, a Jewish man. You've got an Indian man.
How did you know it was an Asian man of some sort? Kiwi?
And you've got, like, a black man. You've got people of different, like, cultures and ethnicities all standing there. And this man is, the American man is like, oh shit, there are no Americans here. Bro.
How did you interpret it that way?
Oh. Jesus Christ. If you if you don't class people as American because they aren't, like, white, I don't know what to tell you, because, like, you also, like, you and your family and your ancestors.
This is an interesting read, because to me, I look at it like the shock at the demographics, more than all the way to presumably, I would imagine Stone Toss would suggest that they're not Americans. However,
ancestors also are not from America.
I feel like you've gone outside the scope of the comic.
Like, you also came here. Like, granted, maybe you've been there for generations, but also some of these people also might have been there for generations. Not that that fucking matters, but it's just always so astounding to me.
Yo, Queer Kiwi says fuck the indigenous.
The audacity of fucking white people to be like, I am the person, this is my country. This is my country, and anyone else is ruining it. I, a white person, am American, and all non-white people are not American.
Amazing sound clip.
Even though, like, your ancestors are also immigrants, just like theirs are, right? Like, I just don't understand where this whole notion comes from and how you could even think this in the first place. It's just so baffling to me. And then even still,
what if he did that comic again, but with like a Native American of some flavor?
Why does it fucking matter? Like, why can people of other, like, ethnicities not be American? What is the problem with there being cultural and ethnic diversity in your country? I don't understand people who are so against cultural and ethnic diversity. Like, if everyone was the same, it would be so boring. I do not understand people with any sort of, like, racial supremacy or, like, supremacy in any way, because, like, life would be boring if we were all
in any way whatsoever.
The same. It would be like, culture is so.
You think your worldview isn't superior? Then reject it. Then don't believe anything. Drop all of this that you believe in. Drop it then.
Cool. Different cultures are so cool, and it's so incredible to see.
Drop yours then. Drop it. Why do you hold on to it?
So many people and how people function differently within societies, and how people like bring a piece of themselves and their culture into a place and like create this multicultural.
That's what I'm talking about. As an American, I want more gun rights in the UK.
Like, community. I think that's so.
Or rather, arms in general.
Fucking cool that we can do that, and that's something that happens.
True.
And
true.
I don't understand
true.
why you would be against
true.
that. I don't understand how you can like think that they are less than you.
Right to bear arms right now.
Because we're all people, and we're all just like living our lives and bringing
two-frame comic, by the way,
ourselves to the table, right? And I'm just baffled at the fact that people view others as less than just for being born somewhere else, or even not even being born somewhere else. Like, some of these people are born there and they're still like, oh, but you look different to me. Oh, but you have a slightly different culture. Fuck off, man.
But of course a Kiwi would say this. She has never left New Zealand. She literally lives in the UK, I believe, doesn't she? Kiwi is in from New Zealand, but I live in London. And I believe it is London, UK.
Why are you so horrible? What do you gain out of this? What benefits you about being terrible? So this is...
Many people... Oh, this one! Holy moly. Why are you doing this? True, Hex. Why are you doing this? You don't gain from it. Thank you, Machiavelli.
Is their classic like liberal character, and you know, because they've got a little bit of pink hair, talking to a...
Oh no, Kiwi! There's more than just the hair being pink. The hair is a certain shape. Have you not picked up on that from his comics?
Man with a Confederate flag on his hat. And he says, "Why do you hate black people?" And the Confederate flag man says, "Do I? Then explain this." And he says to a black woman, "I'm racist." And she looks scared for a second, and then she looks at him like, ooh, maybe he's hot. Maybe actually I like him. And this is so gross. This is so fucking gross.
Queer Kiwi fucking sickened by race mixing? Okay.
Like, there are some people who...
Never ask a white supremacist the race of his girlfriend. Yes, that is the stereotype, in fact.
Who, like... as a trauma response, will go for people who are their oppressors.
Oh no! Kiwi! What is this take on the comic? Yeah, black women love white racists, but it's a trauma response, is like... fuck, dude? What are you doing?
And who feel some sort of attraction to people who like hate them, and that is a trauma thing and something that they need
Oh my fucking... This is way worse than the comic!
to work through. But it's not a majority of people, and that doesn't make it okay, and it also doesn't mean that you don't hate black people. Like, you can be in a relationship with a black person, you can be...
Yeah, black women love racists, but that doesn't mean the racist doesn't still hate them. Ah!
friends with a black person, you can be sleeping with a black person.
I'm sure there are instances of this, okay? I'm sure... This isn't necessarily false in all cases, okay? Alright? But this is like a general response to the sentiment of the comic is like, what is you doing? What are you doing?
And still hate black people. You can be a black person and hate black people. Like, none of these things, like, those things aren't exclusive. You can be around other people and still also hate them.
Yeah.
Like, both of
In fact, sometimes it's the cause.
those things can be true. It's so fucked up to, like, generalize and say that, like, black women appreciate when you're racist to them.
I don't know if that's exactly the message.
Because not true.
I don't know if that's exactly the message, okay?
Not true. And also it's just a really fucked up thing in general to even, like, put out there. Not only is that, like, incredibly insulting, it's racist, it's misogynistic, it's, like, it's...
I'm imagining Queer Kiwi at, like, some sort of speed dating thing, and she meets a black woman she's really interested in. And it's not going well. This chick is clearly not into Queer Kiwi. The timer's ticking down. They're about to have to move on to the next person. In desperation, just in case Queer Kiwi starts yelling about how much she hates black people in the hopes that it's one of them.
So gross. It's so fetishy. It's such a, like, fetishizing of black women. And it's so misogynistic and horrible. And I just, like... It's so gross how much shit there is like this and how many people act as though this is a majority of people and are like, go on being cruel because they're like, oh, you like it when I'm cruel. No, people don't like it when you're cruel. Please.
Except the ones you just described liking that.
Please fucking stop. God, it's hard. I hate
Don't do towers, you'll get me in trouble.
I hate these comics so much. I hate these comics so much. They make me so mad. This is the
Why?
X-Men, and it says, Halt! We're the X-Men, an allegory for
Oh no! I feel like she's not gonna understand this one.
anti-racism. And then the big guy that's fighting the X-Men says, Affirmative. Despite being 1% of the population, mutants commit 9...
This is the easiest one to counter. This is easily the easiest one to counter respond to.
99% of global crises. And the X-Men all look at each other like, oh god, and then the big guy, like, shoots lasers out of his hand and kills them all, presumably. And, like, how are you this racist? I truly just in general don't understand racism. I think it's so fucking ridiculous and stupid, and I just, like, don't understand the point in it at all. Like,
What do you think the comic is?
Get why you care. I don't understand why you
Explain the comic. What do you think it is?
give a fuck. I also, like, it frustrates me so much when people just ignore facts and statistics and
Here we
then,
go.
like, claim that
She might get it.
everyone else is, right? Like, firstly, obviously, the thing of, like, despite being 1% of the population, mutants commit 99% of the global crises, like, implying that 99% of global crime is by like, 99% of the crimes are committed by not white people.
No. You're getting close to understanding it. Mutants and X-Men are a very, very small percent of the population. And they are the people around which all of the global crises, not global crises, world-ending insane shit happens around mutants, right? That is being paralleled with reality. The claim isn't that fucking 99% of crimes on Earth are caused by non-whites. That is not what's happening in the comic. If you're gonna tackle it, you have to understand it.
Thanks for banning that guy on Discord.
No problem.
And clearly an underdeveloped prefrontal cortex.
I don't know.
Any reason why you aren't on camera?
And I'm lazy. I'm not on camera because I'm lazy. I don't think he is, but enough people are suggesting it that I'm like, fuck it, whatever, annoying. Also, he called me slurs, so he gets banned. At the same time, I'm worried that now people are just going to come to me and tell me people are underage, just spam it at me, and fuck, it's so annoying. From now on, you need to give me receipts. If you got someone saying they're a kid, I'll kill them. She doesn't seem to get. What she needs to counter is, he is saying, just like in real life. Sorry, the comic is like, yeah, right, correct, you are an allegory for this. Just like in real life, this small demographic causes a disproportionate amount of crime. The comic is not saying that in real life, non-whites cause 99% of all global crime. That is not the number you need to counter. What you need to do is say he's paralleling it with the 1350 stuff, and then you tackle the 1350 stuff. That's how you do this video. I'm handing it to you.
I mean, I don't think that's true, but also a majority of the world is not white. Like, a large majority of the world is not white. So, like, yeah, most crime is going to not be committed.
Kiwi, this is like the worst.
By white people. This is true. If we're talking about specifically, like, you want to take that down and, like, 99% of the world's crimes is committed by immigrants of any...
That's not the comic. That's not the point of the comic. Oh my god. The comic is saying, yes, you are an allegory for minorities. Just like in real life, you commit a disproportionate amount of crime. You need to tackle the idea that it's disproportionate. Okay? That's what you're countering, not this.
Race in any country. Still not true. But still not even remotely true. I would say a majority of crimes are committed by people from the place that they're committing the crime. Like, including in the US.
You're still not actually countering the comic.
Like, most crimes are committed by the people who are from there. Like, this is such a fucking ridiculous statistic to make up.
The statistic in the comic is an in-world one. Okay? Oh my god.
And also, like, even still, right? Even if there was a majority of crimes committed by, like, immigrants or people who aren't white, like...
Kiwi, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing?
Even if that were true, and we're just looking at the US because that is the entire world to these people, there is more factors to it, right? Like, committing crime and being a criminal is not tied to ethnicity. It's not tied to skin color. It's tied to so many social factors. Like, yes, okay, maybe a higher percentage of, like, non-white people commit crimes than white people do, but there are so many reasons to that, such as, like, socioeconomic environments. Like, more people who live in poverty are not white. People who live in poverty are more likely to commit crimes.
This is like in the ballpark, but you fucked up so bad. You're not actually even really not on his side. I don't know if she understands.
Because, you know, sometimes people need to steal in order to be able to eat. Sometimes people get in
oh my
in order
god
to be able to afford to look after themselves. Like, there are so many crimes that are committed out of necessity. And if you are living below the poverty line, you are more likely to commit crimes because you don't have any other option. And people who aren't white are more likely to be living below the poverty line. There are so many other factors, and it is not tied to race and ethnicity. It is tied to circumstance and environment. And that is tied largely to money and what you have access to. And if ever...
So what's your disagreement with the comic then? What's the disagreement with the parallel drawn by the comic?
Everyone had equal access and equal opportunities, this divide wouldn't exist. Also, not to mention that, like, just because more non-white people...
The comic doesn't go into why. It merely says, yeah, correct, you are an allegory for it. You disproportionately do this.
Are, like, arrested and jailed doesn't mean that many more of them are committing crimes. It's that white people get away with more as well. Like, white people face like lesser sentences face arrest less as well. Like it is disproportionate to how people are treated and like what they get in trouble for and how they get in trouble for it. There's so many different factors. It is not so simple as just being like, ooh, this group of people commit more crimes because they are this skin color. Like, no, that's not how this works at all.
Not present in the comic.
There are so many more factors that are involved, and you can't just look at a tiny surface level percentage and come to conclusions, because nothing is that simple. It is so much deeper than just like a 2D image of a graph, right?
It's a canned
and if
response.
you just look at a graph and then go, okay, I know the information, you don't know the information. You can't just look at a graph and decide. You have to actually read what it's saying and think about it. Media literacy. I mean, why are we...
You can't say that after your interpretation of the comic.
He posted this image that says, me and who else? And it's one of his Stone Toss guys just wearing a belt that says, the most racist man alive.
No, this is someone else's comic. I don't believe that's a Stone Toss comic. That is just someone else's comic that has like some goofy lady, and then like it's like, why do we keep seeing this? And it's some goofy lady, and then her boyfriend is the guy with the most racist man to be alive shirt, yeah?
I mean, at least he's owning it, I suppose. But like, imagine being proud of this, right? Like, this is just, it's absurd to me. It's ridiculous. Like, why are you just so...
Have you guys read the Salon article I sent you? Yes.
I know it's like baity, right? But like, it's also true. Like, this is actually how he feels. And I know it's like played up to a degree of just being like, hell yeah, it gets engagement, but it's so fucked up and sad and frustrating. And I can't imagine wanting to make money off of the back of like hurting so many people. And it makes me so angry and so upset that so many people do just like make money off of hurting people. It says Happy Women's History Month, and it's a comic of Adam and Eve. It starts with Adam being like, another perfect morning in paradise. Nothing could ruin this day. And then Eve comes out of the bush holding an apple. And
this is mischievous. This is a mischievous comic.
It says, hi, I'm a woman, so...
Are you aware of the Bible, Kiwi?
You know, obviously the implication that women ruined the world and ruined paradise, but like, you don't have to talk to us.
Any Bible mention?
You know, if you don't want anything to do with women, you don't have to have anything to do with women. If we burden you so much, I promise you, we're gonna be so...
That's not what's happening here. That's not what's happening here. Women's History Month. Here's an example. Eve. Do you understand? Do you understand? Happy Women's History Month. Here's fucking Eve from the Bible.
Oh, fine, if you don't want to talk to us. If you want to live in a world without women, like, you can make that for yourself, right? Like, you can go hide away. You can go run away and live on your own and, like, speak to no one but your male friends, if you have any, which I feel like you probably don't. You can do that. You can isolate yourself. You're allowed to do that. I promise we will not miss you. That is totally fine. To imply that women have ruined the world is, like... The biblical stories are always interesting, aren't they? They're always interesting. The way
Here we go.
And shared and everything. Like, just go away. Don't speak to women ever again. That's okay. We won't miss you. This is their liberal character, as you know, because they've got pink hair, pointing to ChatGPT.
It's not the pink hair, Kiwi. It's not the pink. It's not the pink. And they're more than just liberal.
But they've called it anus GPT. So, but it's stealing our jobs. And then it's moving over to a Mexican man cleaning the floor and an Indian man working on a computer.
What's the interpretation here?
So obviously implying that, like, it makes no sense that we're upset at AI for stealing our jobs when
here we go.
Immigrants have been stealing our jobs, but like...
Pretty much. Fair, yeah, pretty much.
Like, no, this argument never makes sense to me either. Like, no, they're not stealing our jobs, right?
Is AI stealing your job?
The jobs are there for anyone to have. And if they are more qualified...
What do you think about AI, though?
For those jobs, then they're gonna get those jobs, right? Like, if that's a job that they want...
How about the AI, though? Wait! How about the AI, though?
And they are more qualified for it, they can get it. And if they get the job because the people hiring are going to pay them less money because they can get away with paying them less money, then that's not them stealing the job. That's the employer being fucked up and abusing a system and abusing people, right?
Okay. This allows for her to then have a problem with AI.
They haven't stolen...
Because AI is like a more extreme version of that.
...a job. They are being taken advantage of and being abused by by someone who has...
Right, but then the people who now can't get employed at all are also victims of that, yeah? This would be an argument that they're both victims, right?
...money by someone who is higher up. And they weren't going to hire you anyway because they don't want to pay you. That's a systemic problem that needs to be fixed, and that's not about immigrants stealing jobs. That's about immigrants being abused and taken advantage of, and they're not stealing your jobs. And in other areas, like, when they are taking jobs that you want, they're not taking a job. They just, like, are qualified and are being given the job on equal ground as you. In fact, you are way more likely to get the job than they are, even if they are more qualified than you are. So, like, if you don't get the job, it's because they are better suited for it and not you. They're not stealing your fucking
Talk
job.
about the AI
It's
now,
so
though.
real.
That's what I'm
Stop
interested in.
Making shit up. The job market is fucked in general. Yeah. It's not the fault of immigrants. That is not the fault of immigrants at all. Cost of living crisis, not the fault of immigrants. job crisis, not the fault of immigrants. It is the fault of billionaires. It is the fault of people with money and with power. And
Right, but even if you take this stance, right? Stone Toss's comic still works for you. Because the people who just freak out over AI are still not freaking out as much over immigrants being exploited, yeah? The comic still works. You have not countered it. You've recontextualized it in a way that it might even work even better.
you are continuously giving them more of that and letting them get away with shit. And you are creating the problem. They want you to blame immigrants because it means that you won't look at them and blame them. You are doing exactly what they want and making the problem worse. And it's so frustrating that they refuse to acknowledge that. This is someone where
Just dodge the AI thing, really.
like a CS grad, so like a university student who had built a big AI person and says, now go forth, Gollum, and do my bidding. And then he goes and gets a job and it's like, not my job. Okay, well now I'm confused. So you do think AI is stealing jobs? But you just said that you think that it's hypocritical for us to complain about.
No, he didn't say he didn't think it... Oh my fucking god.
About AI stealing jobs. Or is it that, like, it's that thing of, like, if you don't vote, you can't complain, and they go in for that logic. They're like, if you aren't complaining that immigrants are stealing jobs, then you can't complain that AI is stealing jobs. It's either both or neither. No, it's just AI. AI is the problem. Immigrants are not the problem. I'm glad I...
You just got owned by his comic. You just owned yourself. You argued that the problem was the people at the top, didn't you? So you are doing exactly what he's suggesting. You're shifting it from one thing to another instead of targeting the top. This comic you've just shown, he presents the people at the top as a problem, which you just did, but you got owned in the way he described in the previous comic to this one, you got mentally owned. You've just demonstrated him being correct about you.
I think, at least, he agrees that AI is bad, because AI is bad. I'm a bit confused by...
Not quite. Not quite.
It's just a bit hypocritical and confusing as to thinking that you can complain about immigrants stealing jobs, but not AI, but then also complain about AI stealing jobs. I don't understand what's happening.
You are confused and you are missing it.
Especially when the next thing he posts is, today is Trump's 80th birthday, and it's one of the Studio Ghibli AI-generated images of Trump, and he's sitting at a table, and he's, like, looking lovingly across at someone, and it's really funny because it makes it look
Looking lovingly across at you.
like he's like AI generated Donald Trump and like AI generated being on a date with Donald Trump, and I just think that's really funny. It's actually really funny to like AI generate being on a date with Donald Trump. That's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
But also supposedly it seems as though they're anti-AI, but then also using AI. So anti-AI and also this is just like
You are correct. You are so confused.
it's such a stupid... God, I hate generative AI so much. It's such a fucking stupid waste
Yeah, and it's absolutely mind raped you in the way that he's laid out in that comic a couple back.
of resources and energy, and like also so stealing art. And the creator of Studio Ghibli was really not a fan of this, if I can remember correctly, right? Because it's like literally like ripping off his art and stealing it, just making images of anything, and that would be so horrible to see as an artist, like your art being used to create so much bullshit and like oversaturating the internet, using so much like water and electricity, and like seeing your art used for some horrible like messaging and shit. Like that would suck so much to see, and I feel so bad for him having to like sit and watch his art be like butchered like that. I'm confused as to this person's take on AI. Like, truly do not understand. There's these other ones of he's sitting on the ground being like, AI took my job, and asking for money, and then the next panel is an AI image of the same people, but it's AI generated, and the person who he was begging from says get good, and I don't know what that means, or if the point of it is that AI makes gibberish. And then the next one is AI can copy the studio perfectly. Think it'll replace real artists, and then the last one says impossible, and it's them, but as AI generated images. And I'm confused as to what their perspective on AI is. Anti-AI, but also they're using AI a lot in order to be anti-AI. Like, I feel as though you can't make anti-AI, but also it doesn't feel pro-AI.
You were right. We needed to check in.
Either. So now I'm just a little bit confused and I don't entirely understand what's going on, but I feel like that's kind of their whole thing, in which they're just incredibly hypocritical and make no fucking sense, and their art is bad and stupid and full of bullshit messaging. And so I suppose it's quite on brand to also be confusing about their stance on AI and seemingly being AI, anti-Gen AI, but also using Gen AI.
Was it Mark Twain who told people to beware at looking deeper into the signs?
I just don't entirely understand.
Mark Twain has a nice statement warning you not to do this because you can't handle it.
What's going on, but I know that I hate it, and I know that I hate Stone Toss. Yeah, that is all Kat sent me from Stone Toss Comics, and there's so many comics like this, and it's so fucking exhausting and so frustrating, and I almost forgot that it existed, and I've been really upset to be reminded that it exists. Yeah, let me know if you want to see me look at some more right-wing comics, because it has been a hot minute since I've looked at some, but I've looked over a bunch in the past, so if there are any you want me to go look back at, please do let me know, and I would be very interested in doing so. I've just got to go dig them up. I hope that you did enjoy. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe.
I enjoyed it a lot. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much, Queer Kiwi, and I'm gonna go away.